Bada boom. And you are no longer AFK. That's fantastic. I didn't want to be AFK. Okay. Come on. There she is. Alright. So, welcome guys to the stream. I am on with Gil. He is on late at night. Why? Because he is a completely dedicated maniac that stays up until 6 o'clock in the morning. And where do you live again, Gil?
Yeah, I live in mid-Europe and I wake up every morning.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, mid-Europe, but specifically where you live.
From Malta.
Malta?
Yeah, have you heard of that?
Okay, yeah, no,
It's a
I'm
tiny
gonna
mini
need. Oh my lord. Let's just say it this way. Let's just be glad that Emmanuel has internet. That's all we gotta say here. Yeah, that's right. He lives in an area that has a population of 100 people, and he's happy to have internet. All right. One day I'm gonna have to do a live stream so that I actually have like the entire screen actually in the stream, so that I can basically show everybody what I'm constantly flipping out of and looking at and everything else, and that would be pretty cool. Alright, so I'm on my bear. The current game plan is that, one, the bear let's play is completely non-successful. No one cares about the freaking bear let's play anymore. If you are the person that cares about let's play, you are a unique individual that is the only person that cares about it, and unfortunately that really doesn't constitute for me to do the let's play. We need to have a lot of participation. We need to have a lot of feedback. We need to have a lot of likes. People need to really show that they love the let's play, and so on and so forth. And that's not what we're getting. So what I'm going to do is that Alan, Hamid, and Storm both have characters that are at level 76 and above, that want to go through the content of Rohan and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to be doing with my Kaz or my Beorning or my Let's Play is I'm going to be streaming it. We're going to be power leveling. We're going to be running through the epics, and we're going to be getting up to that level so that I can run with Ham. And then we'll be getting up to the level where we can run with Storm, so that I can get another character up to 105. I currently have Kaz. I currently have Dark Blue, who is my lore master, and then I'm going to have the only technical melee class that I have is going to be my Beorning. Why? Because whatever. Is that cool, Manuel? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, let's do it. And let's mithril, even though it most probably was just right outside. I don't care. It's like porting from inside your house out to your front lawn, No, actually, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it wasn't that bad at all. How can I be of service? You can give me the quest and shut the hell up. That's what you can do. Alright, so we have book 10, chapter 2. Let's see what we need to do here. Okay, so Rosaloth in the country yard of Gulband. Gulband is the west of Minas Tirith. Beyond, wow, that's just a whole bunch of random information we don't really know. Really, all we need to know is what the hell we need to do. Has told you to. Must taken from the. Okay, so basically, after all that random information, we need to go to Minas. So let's go that. Let's do that. All right. So it is pointing us in the location there. Really, honestly. Okay, so I know I am here, so I need to go there. All right. Well, God, that sucks. And I'm gonna tab out currently because I don't have my laptop up and running. If I remember correctly, I need to swim a lot in this type of questing. It's so pissing me off that I have currently still level 50 quests and I'm level 62. That's just beyond annoying. I also wish that I could do my rush and it would help me a little bit more in swimming than it does right there. It'd be cool. You know, like technically, you know, they're saying that the rush like has like a rat icon on it or some type of badger, and I know that rats are actually pretty good swimmers. So if I hit the rush and I'm swimming, I should have increased speed. I'm just saying. I don't want to get overanalyzed, but that's just my feeling on that. Okay, so that pretty much catches everyone up on Kazursa. If once again, if you are watching this stream and you feel differently, then please by all means let me know. But know that you're going to be one of the minorities, not the majority. Unless I get like, 20 people telling me, what the hell are you doing, Kaz? We want you to do your current Let's Play. And we're sorry that we never liked your page or liked the videos and we never commented. Then maybe I'll change my opinion. Or change my mind. What do you think, Manuel? Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair. Because honestly, okay, here's the thing, guys. Is that when I do a Let's Play, or when any YouTuber does a Let's Play, we know what you guys like by the amount of likes that we get, and by the amount of content, by the amount of interaction that we get. If you guys are really into it, and you're interacting, and you're chatting, and we have that feedback back and forth, like the old school Kaz, community that we once had that I'm trying to rebuild, and know that I'm here for you guys and I'm not going away ever again. We need to have that type of interaction if I'm going to be doing, a Let's Play. Because honestly, I've done a Let's Play. I've done a very extensive Let's Play. Is it documented anymore? No, unfortunately not. Why? Because I'm an a-hole and I deleted it. But that goes to, Manuel's laughing. Because honestly, when it comes down to it, if I had anything to be sorry for, is that when I went to delete my content, I really wish I would have left the cast stuff up. I really do. All the other stuff like the World of Tanks and all the other like random garbage and stuff like that. That wasn't really all that big of a deal. I mean, that had like 100. I mean, even after 2 years, had like 100 views, nothing big. But the cast stuff, I mean, it was a pretty extensive Let's Play. I don't, all I can claim is that I'm actually pretty stable in my life. I'm pretty on par with stability, i.e. stable. But when I made the move down here to Florida and I was going through all that crazy time and I was having to give up my YouTube time and everything, I pretty much went through a complete cycle of completely, F my world, I want to restart, and I want to make something, better than what it was before. Of course, at the time, if I would have known now what I know then, I totally would not have done that. I still would have deleted a lot of content, but I would not have deleted my Kaz stuff. I mean, I really would not. And I'm sure Manuel must probably agree with that.
Well, yeah.
He's like, well,
it's a nice thing to, start over sometimes. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But have you deleted it from anywhere else? Did you have a backup or something?
Well, what I love is that the amount of people that actually came back to my to my channel that said, Kaz, we love you, we're glad that you're back and stuff like that. But of course, there's always going to be that large base that are basically, they're pissed at me. And I get that. I mean, you have a right to be. You really do. And if you're watching this and you're one of those people that were pissed, you had a right to be pissed. And all I can say is I'm sorry. I really am. I really am sorry. But, you know, what's done is done and we can't go back from it, just, if put it this way. Right now, if you're watching this video, you're watching this live stream, and you feel that I was complete jackass for doing what I did, please tell me. And I will completely agree with you. I will agree with you. Not only will I agree with you, but I will apologize to you, and I will be completely empathetic to the hurt that you felt. That's it. That's all I can say. There's really nothing more that I can give to this situation other than that. Just to know that my viewer base was hurt. I was hurt. I was just telling Manuel before I started this stream that the day that my YouTube was really struggling and I could no longer make the videos that I wanted to, I could no longer make the the co-ops on Friday night because my family was going a very difficult time. I mean, dude, I weeped. I was not in good shape. I mean, I really felt a real struggle between conflicts of, satisfying my family and my viewer bases, because you guys are my family. The original was my family, and dude, it tore me up. It tore me up. And of course I never said that. I didn't want to, be this person that was going to, cause all this drama. Now, of course, 30 videos into me being back, I guess I can tell you guys that now. Sure, why not, right? But I don't want to start it off with, me basically telling you all that, trying to, get a whole bunch of weepingness and, oh my god, Kaz is so upset, we need to start watching him again, blah, blah, blah. Right, Manuel? You feel me, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes life just throws stuff into you and it pushes you to the limits and stuff. And yeah, I know some. When you're at your lowest point and stuff, you need to
Yeah,
keep strong and yeah,
that's
keep
right.
life moving.
Dude, honestly, that's exactly right, Manuel. And the key word is life. Life will
Mm,
sometimes literally just come and hit you in the face like a freaking a pile of bricks. Literally a pile of
mm,
bricks. And you have nothing other than do than just to either bunker down and take care of your family, or completely cuddle up and give up. And honestly, I'm not that guy. I was a stay-at-home dad. I have a son with autism. We moved to Florida because of the autism, and then when I got down here, everything literally blew up in our face. Everything that we expected that was going to be great ended up being crap. Everything that we were hoping that was going to be crap ended up being great. It was a complete flip-flop. Everything that we
mm.
thought that was going to be cheap was expensive. I mean, it was completely, everything was reversed of what we were expecting. And now that we finally have a grasp on things, now that after, we've been through the powerful year and everything is good, now we can finally say, yes, we're good where we are. We're strong, we're stable, and my wife is actually the one that encouraged me to get back into YouTube because, she realized that it was a part of me that was missing. And that was really important. And actually, that happened on my 40th birthday. She did some really amazing stuff. We had it at a friend's place, and she actually ordered like all these posters of not only my Navy times, but my time with the kids, basically telling my story all the way from the
That's
time that we
nice.
started. Yeah, and then into YouTube. Yeah, it was really ridiculous. And actually, if I gave you guys my Facebook, you'd be actually able to see that. I mean, I had a fantastic 40th birthday party. Considering that I am freaking 40, and that's ridiculous, and I'm still doing YouTube videos and playing games, but you know what? That's who I am. That's what I love. Um, so Alex is on right now. He says, "Cheers, Kaz. I bought Runekeeper and clearly the best. I'm in love with the class. Of course you are, because one Runekeeper is the freaking best." Um, I gotta go to work. Good luck, Kaz, and keep moving forward. You're the best, man. I'm watching you from first video in some years. Peace out. Well, Alex, thanks so much, man. I know you've been around for a very long time, and that's great. And I will say that if you did not choose a dwarf, then you and I are not like not brothers anymore. That's all I gotta say. You know, that's pretty much where my my loyalty lies. If you don't love the dwarf, then we're gonna have issues. That's just pretty much it. And Manuel knows this because when he made a guardian, what'd you make, Manuel?
At Wolf.
That's damn right. That's damn right. Who the hell is gonna make a dwarf? Who the hell is gonna make a guardian and not make a dwarf? I mean, with like, it just doesn't make sense to make anything but a dwarf. You got this stout little, awesome dude. It's awesome.
Even my rookkeeper on my main server is a dwarf.
I know. I don't know what it is about dwarf, man. I've just always loved it, dude. I've always loved it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole underdog thing because they're short, they're stocky, they're not very fast, but yet they got a lot of spirit to them. You know what I mean? It's just that aspect of it that I love. I don't know. There's just something about dwarves that I love. They're very hardworking, just so on and so forth. Oh, okay. Brian Smith says, "What's up, Kaz? What's up, brother? What's going on? Life happens, man. I'm glad your family stayed strong." Yeah, that's exactly right, dude. That's basically what it is. I mean, you guys are my family, but of course, my children and my wife have to take that seat first. And when the crap hits the fan, dude, I bunker down and I take care of my boys. My boys are my life, dude. So, I mean, that's why I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like when my son was born with autism, he started having problems, and I quit my job, so I could take care of him. And it's been 6 years now. So it's and the whole reason why I started the YouTube thing is so that I could try to have that break, try to have that division between what I was doing for my son and the cooking and the cleaning, and then have some type of aspect of my life that was completely separate and was just me. You know what I mean? It was completely therapeutic. It really was. And so that's why I did that. And if anybody can relate to that, then I thank you. I really can. And if you can't, then I would say one day you will. One day you will. Just unfortunately, I am still kind of young in years, but if you guys ever need any life lessons or words of wisdom, I am there for you. Just ask. I don't have all the answers, but I've got a pretty damn good few. All right. So Mallow says dwarf for the win. Alex says it's a dwarf. Cheers. He's still on, even though he has to get away, and we love him for that. The hobbits do. The hobbits are sexy? Sure, I'll give you that. Why not? I mean, who doesn't like a cute, petite, mini little, hobbit? I guess, right? If you are a hobbit, I mean, it'd be kind of weird if you were full-fledged, male, like Aragorn, going after a hobbit. That'd be a little weird. But, sure, why not? Every single hobbit that they showed in the films was actually kind of cute, I liked them. Samuel Packer, Lloyd to the kin, and to Keith and the kin is a very dwarven trait. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'll give you that. So even with it being Monday night, got 7 viewers. You guys are awesome. And I am. What the hell? Who's this dude? Do you need assistant? Or what the hell is this guy's name? No, no, no. That's his companion. His name is Every. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna continue working on, and I will be tabbing out here and there. I'm sure the gameplay will look like it's paused, but I basically don't have my laptop up and running. Honestly, the laptop is a freaking distraction because in my peripheral vision, I see me playing the game, and it's just really weird. It's really weird. I honestly wish that I had a moderator or something like that that was kind of playing with me that would kind of tell me what people were asking and so on and so forth. But maybe one day that'll happen. I mean, I'm not going to ask anybody to do that crap. I mean, who the hell wants to take on that role? They just want to come on and have fun, right? All right. So, well, okay. All right, Lotro. When I have a quest and you're sending me out to help somebody, don't have the person say, "How can I be of service?" They should say, like, "It's about damn time you got here," or something. Okay, so I need to talk to Finlake. See how close they are by. So I had to run all that way to come up here. Okay, cool. All right, well, we got that.
How can I be of service?
How can I be of service? There it is. Once somebody took over.
Take a moment of your time.
And here we go. I do not forward. What's this one that didn't want me? Oh God, that's already the volume 2 prologue. Crap. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. I need to finish up volume 10. Let's see. Santa's fan, howdy bro. How are you? Thank you for watching the live stream, bro. I really appreciate it. You know, you never know when I'm going to live stream. That's the thing. I'm completely random. I never know when I'm going to do it. And my current plan is that this is the way it's going to be done with my bear. I figure if I'm going to be playing, I might as well freaking live stream, right? And have a good time. I just got through finishing up my jiu-jitsu night judo slash jiu-jitsu night. It was really good. Must probably be very sore from last night for it. Dear Lord, what do they want me to do? Look at this red. If you guys are watching this right now, look at this red, and then look what I have to do. Okay, so I have to talk to Guanu, help defend the position. Talk to Torquirion and defend the position, and defeat bow wielding Angerman and Amus. Okay, well that's where the hell do I even go? You basically have all of Anuminous freaking highlighted. Alright, whatever. Now I have to basically just start highlighting over people and seeing who the hell I need to kill. Considering it's been 20 minutes in the live stream and I haven't done anything but run around. What are you working on, Manuel?
I'm currently gathering some ancient silver deposit, ancient iron deposit, getting some ore for my weapons with rank up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and along the way I'm doing some deeds, some revisiting some locations of Caribbean. Yeah, getting some crafting done because my weapon smithing silver. Yeah, I was still an artisan, so
Yeah.
I need to rank that. Up.
Well, all that stuff basically does suck. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, that's why I basically purchased all mine.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't even usually deal in that much, so to speak.
Yeah, the thing is,
I'm in the area, might as well.
yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that after my literally 10th MMO that I have leveled up a crafter in, I would rather peel off my nails and stick them up my butt than to level up a crafter. I kid you not. There's nothing worse that I could think about. I hate doing it. I've done it so many times in so many freaking games that I'm just sick of it, man.
Yeah.
And when I discovered that I could do it in Lotro with just a little bit of money, it was done, dude. I freaking bought that and done. The only thing I had to freaking level up was my guild, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
which I did happily.
Takes some time though.
Yes, it does. Takes a little bit of time. But here's the beautiful thing. If you buy the reputation, double XP, it doesn't take all that much time. Hell yeah, dude. I had all that, dude. I can't tell you how many 100K or freaking reputation XP I had. You know what? Because that's just the way it goes. Alright, so I'm checking out the chat again. Oh, for sure. Stopping in to say hey. Have a get up early sucks. Yes, it does suck. I have to get actually, dude. I have to be up in. I'll most probably get off tonight around 2, and I'll be up at 7, waking my boys up, taking them to school. That's what it is, you know, doing the friggin' wiping their noses, getting them baths, kicking them breakfast, you know, getting them dressed, you know, making sure my youngest isn't peeing himself, you know, so on and so forth, and taking care of them. So yeah, I understand about waking up early. As a matter of fact, I just recently I had a night off. I got to sleep in late for the very first time. You know what happened? I woke up just instantly at 7 o'clock in the morning. Discovered it was 7 o'clock in the morning and just completely forced myself to go back to sleep. Woke up at 8. Now, granted, went to bed at 3 a.m. Okay? And so then forced myself to go back at 8 again. And then I finally woke up at 10. And so, yeah, no, I get that. Even with being, you know, these freaking little rugrats, man, just what it is. Cindy also says, also haven't been able to watch you as much as before, but I think you're the greatest guy and YouTuber. That couldn't be any more humbling. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Craft and burn, well accepted tailoring and crafting is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. Who's this dude? Why is this bear here? Wait, is there someone else? Oh, got a little lore master here. What's up, little lore master? I saw a freaking bear. I got confused because I'm a bear. You want to see a bear? I'll turn into a bear, man. Yeah, so we'll run this for, you know, a little while. I can't wait until I get to actual content that I actually get actual leveling from. That'd be nice. I got blue lines and freaking to go for days. Do I need this dude? No, not really. How bad would that suck if you actually came up to somebody and they automatically called like a swarm of bees on you? You know, here it is, you're trying to fight it. I mean, is that considered like a cheap shot? Just curious. What do you think, Manuel? Would that be like a cheap shot? You know, like, I'm not going to fight you a mano a mano. I'm actually just going to call, you know, a whole bunch of bees to basically rape your eyes or something.
When I get you with my mace.
Yeah, that would be crazy, dude. Getting a lot of reputation for these dudes. And I refuse to change into bear form. I'm just doing fine with DPS here.
When I'm on my Beorning, I mostly use the human form.
Yeah, no,
I
unless...
rarely go to the bear form. It's just enough to clear.
Well, only because I say that now I'm going to go to bear form. Why? Because... just to be ironical. Basically what I'm hoping is that... Eventually I'll be done with one of these quests and you just tell me where the hell I need to go. Plaque of Chlorhair. Okay. Let's see if anybody else has any. Crafting can burn. Not an AoE. Yeah. I swear to you, dude, I've done so much crafting. I can't. If you knew how many hours I have dedicated in MMOs from the start of 2000, 16 years ago. 16 years ago. How many games I've played that are MMOs where I've actually done crafting, you would understand. You would understand. Because there are certain people in this game. There are certain you always have people that there's that one that enjoy crafting. That's really all they want to do. They just want to level up the most that they possibly can, and they just want to. Dude, really? I can't even get out of this fear. You guys suck. Let me out of the fear, dude. And then you. Are they freaking kidding me? Dude, they Manuel, they actually end up fearing me and then stunning me right afterwards. You know, if they're just gonna cheat, dude, then what the hell's the point? Yeah, but you have like you have three different players when it comes to MMOs. You have people that come in and are just completely crafters, and that's really all they care about doing. They love to craft. You have people that play nothing but the auction hall, and that's all they care about. They just want to play the auction hall. And then you have people that just want to come in and actually just play the game, and they could care less about either or. And of course, you'll always have hybrids. I mean, of course, you know, you have people that come in and want to play the game. They could, you know, they're fine with doing whatever is required. I'm just part of one of those guys, you know, to a certain extent. But I've known people that literally have done nothing but come into this game and just play the auction hall. That's all they do. They log in, they see what's freaking cheap, they buy it, they sell it for higher. And that's all they care about, is just basically making gold. Right, Manuel? You've seen them, right?
Yeah. You can see
Yeah.
kind of people.
Yeah, but anyways. Alright, that's...
Sometimes you see crazy prices at the auction house, and I'm like, are they trolling or or is this serious?
Well, that's the thing about the auction hall, right? Is that basically supply and demand drives up the cost. It's capitalism 101, right?
Sometimes it's just crazy, man. The price.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely is crazy, but it's only crazy because people are willing to buy it.
Yeah.
People are willing to spend it because it all comes about supply and demand. If you have something that is highly desirable, that is less wanted, or excuse me, let me say that again. If you have something that is highly desirable but is low in quantity, then it becomes at a higher price.
Yeah.
If you have something that is highly desirable but everyone has it, you'll have a lower price. It's
That's how it
capitalism.
goes. Yeah.
That's the beauty of capitalism. You know, that really is. So, as a person that would take advantage of that, you find out basically what is the highest spending thing. You go in there, you go into the auction hall. You find someone that just wants to sell something quick, i.e. like me, because I usually always will lowball everyone. You go in, you buy that, and then you sell it for 50 gold more. Because you know that's what that item will eventually get. All you have to do is just waste your time. And then that's basically all they do. You know, you have people out there that have freaking just gold after gold after gold. And that's all they care about. And good for them.
I'm literally lost.
What's that?
I'm in Minas Elendur in a region, this giant palace. I'm running around to try and find the rooms for the deed, and I'm literally lost.
Oh yeah.
I'm just running around. Maybe I will stumble upon the rooms of the deed. Like
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
chambers upon chambers of hallways. Oh no.
That's a good question. When the hell is my armor basically going to be completely worthless? Alright, so I need to come down here. Okay, so I need to go down there and some blah blah blah. Okay, so we're good to go. He's still the only one that's commented. Blah blah blah. We need to come down here. Hopefully I will not. Oh, I'm definitely gonna break a leg. Hit! Am I gonna die? No, I didn't. Whew. That was a pretty long fall, dude. I'll just kill some people while my freaking leg repairs. Yeah, you can die already. Alright, good to go. Got some people that are fishing. That's just fantastic. Go across here. How the hell you get over there? Do I have to swim? Guess I do. Looks like a good swimming area. The crazy thing about this area is that it's has so much history in Lotro. You know, anonymous. It you know, it was the pinnacle of man and elf be basically becoming one, and of course it wasn't until Sauron Sauron basically came in and corrupted the king and told him that he basically could go over across the sea and tell them that they basically had a right to own everything, that they pretty much decimated this place. And Saruman, basically, that was the very first time he almost lost his life. Like a bitch he is. Just saying.
How can I be of service?
Alright, we're going to talk to Finlig. I'm just mithril pointing everywhere. That most probably wasn't even 100 meters away, but you know what? I don't care.
What do you need?
Because I'm good like that.
I'm getting go.
Would you do something for me?
This is just ridiculous. I'm going around in circles.
Alright, it says, alright man, wish I could stay longer, love your content, man, I know lots of other people keep good work, night man, good luck with the kids, laugh out loud. Yeah, thanks Santos, I really appreciate that, man. Rating of Beorning? Dude, Samuel says, rating of Beorning. That's such a good question. That's such a good question. Of course, when I started Beorning, there was a lot of hype to Beorning. I started this character a long time ago. It's technically a melee class. It's a nice blend of DPS, tank, and heals, which is very rare. You're not going to find any other class out there that's a melee class that is a combination of that. Tank, DPS, and heals. You're not going to find that. It's basically like tank, and more tanking, or tank, DPS, and debuffing or something. You know, I mean, you're just not going to find that. So if you basically like to play melee, and you want to play a class that can basically be completely
Be
versatile.
flexible also.
Yeah, completely flexible in the game
Yeah.
and do whatever it is. And that's a melee class. Then
Okay.
Beorning is where you want to do. I mean, because basically you can do whatever it is at in game that you want to do, and you can be completely flexible. If you choose a champion, you basically have DPS, AoE DPS, and that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else is that's it. If you choose Guardian, it's tank, and DPS. And, what else? Warden. Well, I'm not even really gonna bring in Warden because Warden is complete its own like freaking entity. I mean, it's like you basically have tank, DPS, and ranged. But with the Gambit system, if you can't deal with the Gambit system, you don't even need to do with Warden. I mean, people that can master the Gambit system, my hat goes off to them. Absolutely. It's a complete freaking nightmare for anybody that wants to just completely play this game quick, fast paced, and use macros like me. Ha ha ha. Now, back at the beginner level, I actually made a very successful macro for the Warden. But once you get so high in levels and you actually have very complex gambits, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Let's see, what else? What other class am I forgetting, bro? Captain. Captain doesn't go into that because Captain is a really beautiful DPS slash healing slash support type class. Captain is its own bread and butter. I would like you have Warden over here, you have Captain over here. Your main DPSers are Guardian and Champion. You know, one does tanking, one does DPS, and of course before they came out with the update in update 14, Guardian was complete crap. No one played Guardian. They had great defense, but no offense whatsoever. And of course, once it came to 14, then they had really good. Champion used to be the freaking gold standard. Everybody used to play Champion. It had wonderful DPS, had great survivability. You know, you had great mitigations, blah, blah, blah. They could actually solo anything. And then once it came up with 14, they came out with the trade system, then everything changed.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
There's a
I
lot of
remember...
stuff.
Dude, I remember people that used to play this game old back in the day before they came out with 14, and they used to have just video after video after video of just them soloing
Champion
stuff,
solo.
and it's done now. They don't even play this game anymore because they got wrecked, man. They got wrecked, you know.
It's a hybrid actually on the champion.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
take the DPS. I remember.
Yeah, absolutely. And like with Runekeeper, back in the day, the only class that you would ever actually play on Runekeeper was Lightning. Fire was completely worthless.
Yeah, I was
Completely.
also lightning back in the day.
Completely, yeah. Unless that very small margin of people that actually were part of a raid that was actually there to completely just be a little bit of dot support and a little bit of range and stuff like that. Maybe you might do fire, but everything was lightning. Everything. And of course, the going back and forth between the DPS and the healing was a nightmare. Because you couldn't do it very quickly. If you got all the way up in the DPS, then it would take you forever to get by, you know, all the way back down, unless you had the steady hands, which was a very long cooldown. You couldn't use it very often. It was a pain in the butt. But to make a long story short, we're getting back on topic. Beorning is a fantastic class if that's what you want to do. If you want to have versatility later on in gameplay, play Beorning. Absolutely. And I would also say the same damn thing about Runekeepers. Runekeepers can do fantastic quick DPS and crowd control. They can do fantastic DPS at steady pace, and they can do really fantastic healing. You know, so they've got that single point DPS, they've got the AoE DPS, and they've got the healing, which is really good for a ranged class. As when it comes to minstrels, you've got basically I would have to say you must probably have DPS, survivability, and then healing. I mean, they don't really have very much AoE. to my knowledge. Am I wrong about that, manual?
What class were you talking about?
Minstrel. They don't have
Ah,
any AoE, do right? I mean,
mm, they,
between the three traits, I mean, they basically have DPS,
yeah.
a
DPS
little bit of
healing,
DPS, and
and
then
the other
healing.
one. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what the yellow line is for because I never really
yeah,
checked it out
absolutely.
much. I know that the red line is focused on offense and the blue line is focused on healing, but I forgot the other one. What does it do?
Yeah. Alex says I'm watching from my phone almost at work. Dude, you better not be driving and watching the kid stream, dude. I really hope you're not driving and watching my damn stream. Please tell me you're not. Oh my gosh. At least just listen to it, dude. Don't be watching, please. I don't want any accidents. And Samuel says, what are macros?
Mm.
Um, Macros are basically programs. I use a program what's called auto hotkey. Okay, and basically what it is that if you have a sequence of, like, let's say you put your skills on a toolbar and you constantly have to move, like let's say I'm moving and I'm hitting 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that's all I ever do is just 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Why the hell am I wasting my time with hitting, constantly having to hit 1 2 3 when I can be moving around like this, right? What's the point? If I have to constantly be, I'm sure there's people out there that have, finger dexterity that can do that and fantastically. That ain't me. That ain't me. I come from a generation that was not born, that wasn't born into gaming. I did a lot of things. I was kind of like that hybrid generation where, most of my life I actually, did a lot of outside play and I played with my friends. And then now, later on, I did a lot of gaming and stuff like that. But that was usually on consoles, A, B, X, blah, 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 right, left, blah, blah, blah. So later on, when I became much older and I was actually doing into MMOs, sure, WASD, I got all that down. I can do the shift, I can do the control, I can do 1 2 3, but and I can do more than that. But as it becomes more effective, no, I can't. And I actually didn't look into macros until I was playing SW Tour, because in order to be competitive in SW Tour, when it came to PvP, you needed to be able to fire stuff off fast. You need to be able to move, you need to be able to hide, you need to be able to do DPS, heal, get the hell out of there, so on and so forth. And that's when I started looking into macros. Now you can go out there and buy a $120 keyboard that has auto macro combinations in there that you can program. You just simply hit a macro, you program a key, you hit the macro, you go 1 2 3 4 5 6 blah 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 at the interval and the cooldown time that they are, and there you go, you have a macro. You hit one key and it does that combination. Or you can use what I call auto hotkey, which has complete versatility. It's a separate program that runs in the back, and everything you see, like when I'm attacking, let's just go down here. Let's go down here. Alright, I'm going to attack these guys right here. Actually, I'm not, because they're friendlies. I shut my mouth. Alright, here are these guys. Alright, all this is being done right now from holding my left mouse button. If I want to change into my bear form, I'm going to hold my middle mouse button, and then I'm going to hold my left mouse button again. I keep my right mouse button down so that I can move quickly around my target. And there you go. Now, of course, it isn't just about setting up spamming of numbers. A lot of it takes a lot of programming and knowledge and planning behind your skills. Like with my Runekeeper, there's certain skills I want to fire off first. There's certain skills that doesn't matter what I fire off afterwards. So a lot of it takes a lot of planning. There's other classes that you play that it's just simply just dumb. You just go in there, you set up your skills from the most cooldown down to the least, and you just freaking go. That's it. So that's what a macro is. There you go. I used to have a macro video up on Warden, which was fairly popular. Took it down though. So there you go, Samuel. I hope that explains things. I really do. Also, in the realm of MMO playing, because, okay, here's the beautiful thing about Lotro. Lotro is one of the few games out there that actually is actually it's okay to click. You actually click on your skills. You're actually, I'm down here on my mouse and I'm clicking on my skills. I'm doing combat and I'm clicking, mouse clicking. Please note, look at me right now. Please note, in other MMOs, if you do that, you're a complete noob. That is only a Lotro thing. Other MMOs, you don't do that crap. You don't do that. That is complete waste of time. You can't sit here in other MMOs and like click things because there isn't. It's so fast paced that literally by the time you're done clicking on, oh, I'm going to set up this and then I'm going to do this and then blah 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 and everything, you're dead. You're dead. That's the way it works. Lotro, that survives in Lotro, and that's great. I love Lotro for that. But Lotro is one of the few MMOs out there where you can actually click and win. Everything else is either you're on there and you're doing battling and you're doing with your keystrokes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you look at my toolbar, I have R, T, Y, U, B, V, everything. I've completely remapped all these skills. When I go and I hit, like on my Runekeeper, when I hit number 1, it's running all these. And I am healing myself. If I go and hit F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, that's healing my party members depending on where they are. F1 would be the first person, F2 would be the second, F3, so on and so forth. If I hit number 2 key, that's all my AoE skills. And if I hit number 3 key, that is this line here. And that's my, oh shit, I'm about to die save. So that's why I'm able to do a lot of stuff I'm able to do. Now, of course, is it a complete perfect system? No, it's not. But I'm able to do pretty good with it. Much better than, I would say, most probably your average person. So there you go. That's what macros is. And, dude, it's been a long time since I've gone into that realm of talking about Lotro. But, yeah, that always dumbfounded me that Lotro was one of the few MMOs where auto-clicking with your mouse on skills was completely acceptable and everything else was not. Am I wrong, Manuel?
Sorry.
No. Well, let me ask you this, Manuel. Do you click on your skills?
About clicking. Yes. Yeah, I use a lot of clicking.
There you go. Completely acceptable.
I tried using hotkeys, but really, I don't find it that much comfortable. I just, I know how to. I know the skills, so I am.
That's right.
Fast at clicking.
That's right.
But
Absolutely.
the basic common skills, like the basic attack skills, I use the 1,
That's
2,
right.
3, 4, 5, maybe.
Right.
But, that's about it. I'm not going to press TRL 3 or,
Absolutely.
I mainly use clicking, yeah, for.
And let me get to, and absolutely, you're absolutely right about that. And that only involves PvE. If you go into PvMP and you try to do that, you're going to be dead in freaking 2 seconds.
Believe me, I still use clicking for my PvMP, and yeah, you're mostly right because and
you can't compete.
It's a whole level.
It's a whole other level. Those people are freaking getting off skills so fast, and they're moving around you.
Yeah.
You cannot you cannot face them. You cannot face them.
And also, when you enter PvMP, you're not just gonna, I'm gonna stay here, and
Yeah.
bash my sword. No, you just can't do this. You need to
That's right. That's right.
be
That's right.
flexible, beware of your surroundings. There's a lot of factors that you need to take care of. You need to think about and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
That's always the thing when you're PvPing. a whole another level.
And it's not just about clicking, it's also about maneuverability. If he is doing a skill and he has to be in front of me and I'm able to do skills and constantly being at his back, then I'm
Hmm.
winning. That's it. That's all it is. Especially
Yeah.
with melee classes. And that's where the macros come in. And you better believe almost every successful PvMPer out there that's playing, whether they admit it or not, because in Lotro it's taboo. In other
Hmm.
games, it's not taboo. That's was completely mind. People that actually look. They use macros. That's what they do because that's the way whenever you have
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
system of combat and I'm attacking, like this guy right here. If I attack him and then all of a sudden I'm at his back, look, what does it tell me? I must face a target. Look, I can't
Hmm.
attack him. Look, I'm right doing it right now.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm talking about.
dying. I'm dying right now
You
because I
even
cannot
need to
face
take
target.
in you need to take into consideration. For
Right.
example, some skills cut the animation. Just plains
That's
of
right.
cuts your. And I use that a lot in the PvMP. Even here, I use it. As it really helps a lot. Believe me. For example, if you're executing a skill with a long animation and you just cut it in half with that skill that stomps to interrupt. For an example, there's a skill to interrupt, just cuts the animation, boom, you're gonna go on the next skill. You're basically a lot faster, and in the Moors, for an example, fast is the key. Who's the fastest? So how fast are you to execute the certain combo of skills? How
That's right.
fast are
That's right.
you to recognize what debuffs you have, and
That's right.
fast. How fast
and
are you?
and going from the PV aspect of that and then going from the PvP aspect
Mm-hmm.
of that is complete night and day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and let's see, Arun says I need macros for the Warden. If you actually go and if you go and search for auto hotkey, you'll actually find some people that have actually written some pretty extensive stuff for Warden. Um, it's very difficult. It's very complex when it comes to Warden because you're dealing
Mm-hmm.
with
Definitely.
cooldowns,
Yeah.
and once you get up to level 95, everyone knows that you have not only your gambits, but you have your 15-second cooldowns that have auto gambit combinations and so on and so forth. So it's very complex. Also, depending on where to fly, but the issue with the macros with it is that um, there's a lot of issues when it comes to Warden that one, you're not in target range, you're not facing your target, you've been stunned, and that's where it really wreaks havoc on macros because macros, no matter how you can program them, cannot facilitate that. They don't know that you were at 5 meter range, now you're at 6 meter range. They don't know that you've been stunned. They can you can get it pretty damn close, but it'll never be perfect because the gambit system is so anal. Now, I'm not saying that's bad, but it is so anal. I mean, you have to literally be a clicking madman, to say, okay, I've done one, two, three, I have four gambit systems. Okay, well, now I got stunned. So now I need to hold off on that four, right? So now that I've done four and I come out of my stun, now I can finally complete my gambit, and now I need to do it. Okay, well, now I'm halfway down in health because I got stunned, and that was 5 seconds. And well, now I need to do a heal instead of my defense. So it's completely it's a nightmare when it comes to macros to do that. Now, playing Warden at the lower levels when you only have a handful of gambits, it's completely fun. It's really fun, but once you get up higher level, it's a complete nightmare. It really is. And I used to have a video. Actually, I still have that macro video that I did. Um, I think he was level 40 or 50 or something like that. But anything past that, it's completely no, it's not going to work. Um, I must go focus on homework for a while. Samuel says I must go focus on homework for a while. See you all another time. Have a good night. You too, Samuel. Thank you so much. Um, and wow, we actually have two Samuels. So that's Samuel Pachter and then Samuel Hooper says, "Night, Sam." Are good free macros? Wait, are there good free macros for Lotro? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Okay, here's the thing. On this video, on this live stream, okay, if you guys want to see a macro video of what I do, let me know. Okay, and I will go through just the base, and I'm talking about basic of auto hotkeying what I do for macros. Okay, I'll be more than happy to do that. Because I have no shame. I use freaking macros. It simplifies my gameplay. It allows me to focus more on interacting with my friends, chatting, so on and so forth. If I was down here and I was having to constantly click on stuff, after the face cam running and I'm freaking talking to my friends and we're doing all this stuff, I'm a multitasker. But damn, dude, come on, give me a break. I'm not that much. I mean, I'm sure I could program myself to be so, but it would really take a lot out of that. So macros really help me out a lot, and they've saved my butt more and more times than I can admit. Jacob, I'm doing so fantastic. Thanks for asking, bro. I really am. Thank you. Wow, for a Monday night, you guys are doing really freaking good. All right, collect the orders from Angmarian at the Wallband for a whole bunch of basically crap. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I realize that I get a lot more DPS out of a two-handed mace, excuse me. But as soon as I can do it, I am going to go to do two-handed maces. You know why? Because I don't care. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have one that's a freaking ally, and I'm going to have the other one that's just regular. Because I like to dual wield. Okay, so what are you guys doing? Alright, well, I'm going to wait, whoa. I collected the orders, dude. Why are you sending me back up here? Oh crap, I have to go all the way up here. Okay, let me see if anybody's commenting else. Oh, Andang's here. Hey, do all you of hey. Well, I'm not really sure. Andings most probably has had a few too many, and that's awesome. If so, then I love it. But Anding says, "Hey to everyone. Maybe not the stream, but some other time we can take a peek at your macros." Yeah, no. I'm talking about I would do a separate video on macros like I had back in the day. It would just be a generalized, video saying, okay, here's auto hotkey. This is the basic thing that I use. Kind of basically give you guys a generalized script of what you can do with it, and that would help you out. Ending's my boy, man. I really appreciate that he's on the stream. Maybe not the stream. Okay. So Alex says, maybe you can do a RuneKeeper tutorial. I want to learn some things. Sure. Like I said, in the comment section, of course, everything you guys are writing in chat isn't going to be in the comment section. So later on in the video, if you want to see something we've talked about, then put it in there so that we can, so I know what you want to see, and I'll be happy to make a freaking video, with whatever you do. Only 5 likes. Let's give Cass some more. Oh, and then you're awesome, bro. That's too kind, bro. And of course, everyone should. If you're not subscribed to Andang, you're subscribed to me, then you're a noob. That's all I gotta say to you. Because Andang has fantastic content. He always has been. It's always has, and that's all I gotta say about that. Me and Ending have been friends for a long time, I would like to say. So let you guys comment for a second there. I'm going to go use the restroom, and I will be right back. Alright, that was quick. Of course, Ending's on Land Rover. Of course, everybody that's awesome is on Land Rover. Just picking. Just picking. I know everybody has their home ports, and everybody has kins that they're very much a part of, and that's your family, and that's why I urge anyone that has had family that is broken up, or you're part of a kin that's no longer what it used to be, I urge you to come to Land Rover, either join my kin or anyone else's kin, whatever, but if you want to be part of a community again, of at least good friends that, of course, we're not on all the time. There was a time when the Cascavalians had a great deal of people on almost all the time. There was a time where we had at least 20 to 30 people on consistently throughout the day. But as things come and go, that time is over. Now I would say on Friday and Saturday nights we have a solid, what would you say, Manuel? 6 to 8? Maybe at best, but that's much better because when I came back we only had like 2 or 3. so we're slowly rebuilding again, and hopefully one day we'll get enough 105s that are decently geared up enough and in the Cascavalians, and we'll be freaking running that high-end freaking content and getting that tier 2 awesome raid gear that we have no essences for. I have all that great essence, have all that great freaking gear that got level 8 basic essences in. Oh, that's good times. But but I'm hoping that Andang's going to hit me up here pretty soon. Hint, hint. And we'll do another Lotro Players. I don't know what to... I know you're doing a lot of content these days, and... Dude, freaking Andang, man. That History of Lotro series, dude, that is so freaking awesome. I enjoy that so much. Especially the last one. It seemed like who was it that did that? He was like, I swear he was drunk or something. It was so funny, but so informative all at the same time. Oh my gosh, I should totally plug that. But dude, that's a great series. But of course, Ending's been top for the longest time, and he's got more subscribers than me, and he deserves every single one. There was a time when we were neck to neck, and through my time of being gone, he has done well, and he so deserves it. But well, look at this. Okay, well, great. I want to go straight, but there's a freaking giant building in my way, and I'm a bear, and I can't go over it because I don't have the proper crawls. Okay, we'll just go around. If you guys are watching the gameplay, that's so funny. Because you're like expecting me to constantly be running around, but I'm tabbing out and reading the freaking comments and stuff and talking. That's hilarious. Alright, I think I can get back up here now. Check tabs again. Well, I would love to, bro. Just tell me a time, man. Just tell me a time, dude. Yeah, just tell me when you guys are going to get on. Let me know what comms you're using and so on and so forth. And we'll do it, dude. Just I can send you an email later on or something like that. Or if you want to hit me up, just send me a quick email or something in game. And we'll do that. Because I did Lotro Players a long time ago, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Being my wacky butt on there with all the serious players, it was a lot of fun. Pine Leaf is a trip, dude. Because he's really informative and he's really quirky, but at the same time, you know, like he needs to loosen up a little bit, and I just love just interacting with him. Pine Leaf's a trip, dude. Hey, what's this? Okay, so this is the one I need? Order is recovered by the Menabald. Okay. Why, yes it is. I didn't realize I'd get to it that quickly. Damn, I'm doing this. You know, it's sad because this area is so vast, and you know, you run through it so quickly, or at least I do nowadays, but it has so much importance. It really does. I mean, this was once the pinnacle great city of Middle-earth. I mean, this was it. I mean, you had basically men that were granted the longevity of the elves. They lived forever. You know, it was freaking awesome. And then, of course, when they got a little too big of a head due to Sauron, then they got their butt smacked and became just nothing. But, really great stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Pine is great. Yeah, well, you know, the thing is that we all have our personalities, and our personalities is of course is what makes us who we are, and I would never want anyone to change their personalities, unless for some reason it was a detriment to who they were and the subscribers that they had. I can think of a few people, but Pine Leaf is just a trip. You know, he just from his voice, his characterization to the way he, you know, to the way he relates to things and so on and so forth. It's just, he's a trip, dude. He really is. He did make a comment on my video, I think, whenever I first came back, and in Pine Leaf complete form. But yeah, no, he's a true. He's a trip, man. He really is. All right. I know this one's close by. Please be right here. Don't you dare be behind that damn wall. Okay, thank God. Yes! Give me a mithril. That's what I'm talking about. I am planning for at least level up, like, at least, really, I have to choose between a distilled Thelia's essence and a celebrate. So you can't give me just both, which is just 3 either healing or power potions. Really? You're being that...
You don't need the power one.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, like, really, I mean, you're only giving me 3. Is it really that big of a deal? I mean, come on, you're acting like you're giving me something like, you know, that's like game breaking or something. Alex, that's funny. That's funny, because originally when I made a tune, I actually made a cask of all on Brandywine. It was a Guardian, level 25. When I first played, I played on Brandywine. But I heard when I was going to play my my Let's Play with Kaz, at the time, Land Roval had the highest population, even though it was a European server. Had the highest population. That's why I did it. Zalak says, and then your videos are nice. Damn, Skippy, they're nice. And then it's come a long way too, man. His jokes and personality have come out a lot. He's, you know, of course we all grow. God, I remember the very first time I made my video, it was like a freaking, you know, like a kindergartner, you know, afraid to talk. I like Lord of the Rings. I want to make this video.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
I did not add for the first time, right? But you guys.
Yeah, just good times, man. Of course, that was before in face cam and a 4.3 aspect. That's right, because that's the monitors we used to have back in those days before 1980 times 720. That's right. Everything was in 4.83. I mean, excuse me, 4.3. Why am I walking over this dude when it gives me obviously a Mithril to go to? I'm completely out of it now. Alright, that's book 10. I need you to hurry up with these freaking quests. That's what I need you to do, bro. Honestly, I mean, I'm not kidding you. Yay! It's a instance. Yes!
Damn, the first volume. I have never actually finished that one. The first volume.
You haven't? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've actually never finished the first volume of the game. Oh my god. The constant porting, you need to go there, and then he tells you to go to Rivendell, and from Rivendell you need to go to Numinos or something like that. And when I started, I didn't have any swift travel and stuff. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
I did have a hunter. Because I started with a hunter.
That's true. That's crazy. And then you said how much we've grown. One of my first videos was using a laptop mic and a vacuum cleaner. Went by, nobody could hear me. And then the trip. I mean, even when I came back, dude, it's like, I was using XSplit, right? And dude, working out the audio. I mean, you'll watch like the videos. Like my buddy Ham was like, dude, I can't even hear the freaking audio. I mean, I was like, like you're too loud and this isn't working. Dude, it just takes forever to get it right.
Yeah.
But well, thank you, Zalax. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I hope my videos are okay. I mean, the thing about my videos is it's not too lore intensive. I tend to have a little too much fun with it and tend to I tend to click a little too fast. I'm not going to be that type of person that's going to, I'm going to get like an epic quest and I'm going to read you all the content. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do that. It's not my style. I'm just going through it and I'm showing you guys the combat and stuff like that. There's more than enough people out there. If there's one person that I know that has done probably the most extensive Let's Play out there. And I'm talking about the most extensive Let's Play. I'm talking about a guy that has gone literally from 1 to 20 doing all the content that he needed to do, plus the crafting, plus the deeds. I mean, this guy is insane. And that's Gerald717. That guy is insane. He's up to like 500 and something freaking videos, and he's finally I think he was at like 400 videos. He was still at like level 85. I mean, it's amazing. And the dude's doing like 30 and 40-minute videos. I mean, the guy's insane, but on a good way. Yeah, in the ending, he's unbelievable. And if you watch his other content, dude, this guy needs way more subscribers. Because I mean, the level of content that he does and the vastness that he goes into videos. I hope that I hope you guys go to his channel, look him up, and tell him that I said this about him, because I am subscribed to him. And we're not necessarily like close friends or anything like that. Not like like me and Andy know each other, or a lot of the other guys. But the guy, I've always held him in very high regards. He has, he did content like that well exceeded mine, and that I came to about half to 3/4 of him for the level of content I did before I deleted it all. But yeah, Samuel, you need to sub to him, and please tell him, if anybody goes to him and you find Gerald717, and you follow his Lotro content, just look at the amount of videos that he's done and look at his level. If you go back to level 1, I swear to you, dude, this guy is amazing with the amount of content he's done. It's absolutely amazing. This guy literally will spend 40 minutes going through one quest. I kid you not. Like one quest, one deed, one leveling. I mean, he's always impressed me, and he's never faltered. He's never come out of that realm whatsoever, and he's playing all types of other crazy game. How is his name? Let me open up another tab, and I will link it, because I am sub to this guy, and I do like him a lot. So it is Gerald C. GEARLDC 717. I'm gonna try to. Come on, man. Let me freaking. No, I don't want to do that. There it is. Control C. Close that. I'm gonna try to put in a comment here. That's him, right there. Highlight. Oh, ending's already on it. So Anding subscribed to him. I'm subscribed to him. This guy is amazing. He does a lot of other content, stuff like that. Please let him know that I plugged him, because the guy deserves it. He really does. There's only one other person that has done a great level of content that has gotten no love. And that's my really, 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 really good friend that's in the Cascavalians. And that's this guy. I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm pretty sure that, man, you already know who I'm going to talk about. That's Catamus Gaming. Good old Catamus. This guy, he's done so much content. He does WoW, he does everything else. He's done literally 242 videos on his champion alone before I finally just said, dude, just forget it. Come up with us, get to level 105, we'll take care of you, we'll get you gear, we'll get you leveled up. Excuse me. And just have a great time and just play with us, because he always stuck steady to the Let's Play. Now granted, he doesn't do a face cam. He keeps his videos very basic, he uses Windows Media Player to make them and stuff like that. But the thing is that the dedication that he's had to the content. That's the thing. If you're a Lotro fan and you've had, you want to, respect people that have had the dedication to the content, that's who it is. And I've just plugged him now. It's Catamus Gaming right there. And he does Lotro and he does WoW. And actually, he has more content on WoW. He doesn't have more content on WoW. But he has a higher level, and he's had more dedication to WoW. And this guy has all level caps and stuff like that to WoW, and he just the way it goes. But those are some people that I highly respect in the Lotro community. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it out there. I don't understand it. I don't really get it. I don't understand it whatsoever, because Andang, me, and a whole slew of other people have done Lotro content. I know, 270 subs. You're right, Samuel. It's ridiculous. Dude, he was at 70 forever. 270 is actually good for him. The dude needs love. He really does. And it's all because, he's not always cracking jokes. He's not always, he's not always, using that high charisma. He's just running through the content. He does great content. He does. He doesn't use a face cam or anything like that. It's just, but the content is consistent. If you watch it from video 1 all the way through what he has currently now, it's consistent. And he's been a long friend for very, very long. And I'm not just saying because he is my friend. It's because I've always been impressed with his content. He did a lot more I mean, now granted, when I came onto it, there wasn't very much Lotro content that was out there that was from 1 to 85. But he took it to the next step, and Gerald C717 took it. The dude's insane. The dude, I mean, he's done like double the amount of freaking videos. But the one guy that I am completely just dumbfounded by, and I'm sure Andang will maybe chime in on this. I hope so. Andang, are you completely dumbfounded by who is it? I'm subscribed to him. MMO Bloodborne. This dude is actually highlighted by Lotro. He's actually making content for Lotro. Lotro is actually plugging his videos. Please chime in on that. I got to hear that. I got to hear your opinion on that. Oh yeah, Delane. I just recently made a post on Delane's site, basically telling him to basically snap the hell out of it, get back into the game, get on, play with us on the weekends, and shut the hell up. That's what I basically said on Delane's video. Delane's my boy. He's been around for a very, very long time, but the guy he just needs to be more consistent. He needs to just come in here and have a damn good time, and that's all he needs to worry about. That's it. That's it. Aaron, he uses his laptop. I got crazy lags. Well, the reason why you're getting crazy lags, Aaron, is it's not because of your laptop. It's not because of your internet. It's not because of your RAM or anything like that. The thing is that it's the engine that Lotro uses, and it's their inability. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's the ability to not be able to upgrade on their engine. Okay, they need to upgrade on their engine, but there's just not enough money to go into it. They need like mass amounts of programmers to do that, to fine tune the engine, and they just don't have it. So just, we all deal with it. Just give them love and just know that they're more frustrated with it than most probably you are. Blood is a Twitch guy. Twitch people get shared by Lotro. Well, yeah, but he's not the only Twitch guy. There's been tons of Twitch guys out there. Was actually on a stream with him last night, and he was talking about how everyone needs to plug each other's stuff more. Kind of funny that is happening on your stream tonight. Well, that's true. That is very true. But I'm sure that you will most probably agree with this ending. Is that I've always been more than willing to plug everyone's stuff and share love and support and that type of stuff. I mean, I've always done that. Hey, look, I was talking so long I was actually marked for AFK. Isn't that fantastic? You guys are looking at my sexy. Next time I do that, I'm just gonna like pain in my butt. That's all I'm gonna do, just pain in my butt. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting, is because like you go to Facebook and stuff like that, they're not plugging other people's stuff, they're plugging his stuff though. And I just never really got that. And so, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but like I said, I'm not really getting it. Maybe Manuel or you or someone else that's currently in the chat can maybe elaborate on that. Or maybe he even can one day. But that's it. That's about all. That's all I got. Alright, so confront the blah blah blah, the causeway. The causeway. Why is that? Oh, I'm in the instance. Okay. That's right, I forgot. I'm in the instance. That's right, I forgot. Who is the most subbed? Lotro? Oh, thanks, Andang. I try to be. I mean, throughout the years, I've tried to always, I give as much love as I try to receive, so. But But Samuel, who's the most subbed? Well, that's difficult because a lot of us do so much other random content that it's hard to know exactly why people are subbing to you. A lot of people will just sub to you. Why? Because they just like your personality. It doesn't matter what you do. Other people will sub to you because you do content that they're interested in. So it's really hard to say, honestly. I would have to most probably just go with most probably Andang. Honestly, I have to go with Andang because Andang most probably he's done the most consistent Lotro content and he has the highest subs. So Andang, you win that. I would have to say. I don't know of anyone else that has more subs that does more consistent Lotro content than Andang. So Andang's the man. I would have put Delane back on there, but Delane's had pretty much about 4,000 subs for the last 4 years. So I wouldn't say it's him, because he did a lot of content that was very diverse before then, and he's done a lot of content that's very diverse now. So I would have to give that to Andang. So everyone, share your love right now for Andang, please. Who's my son? They have changed it recently for a long time. They have main Twitch guys. Yeah, I've noticed that. There's a lot of analness for Twitch. Now they're sharing on Twitch people often. There you go. Well, there you go. And they just said it. But I said it first. Haha. The thing is if I wanted to most probably get on Twitch, I most probably could. I'm sure if I'd had to apply and so on and so forth. But wait, what do I have to do? Walk with. Okay, I have to walk to this jackass. Okay, great. Okay, he's not really walking. He says walk with, but he's really kind of in a run. So I'm already kind of not really happy about the scenario. I'd like to tab out and read more comments, but I'm afraid I'm about to get a freaking cat attacked here. You're outnumbered, villain. If you try anything, we'll die. Wow. Okay, Tadden.
What do you need?
I'm sorry, but I absolutely loathe quests where I have an instance where I go in, I basically have to run somewhere, talk to someone, go in, listen to some BS, and then get ported out. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but that's just me. And then get some crap gear. Show the papers to more. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go do that. Well, I would say that it's pretty clear that Anding is definitely the one for that, and he knows that, and for good reasons, and because of all the effort that he's put into it, he should be able to say that. If it was me and I had done that much content in Lotro and I had 34 to 3,500 subscribers, then it would be obviously due to the Lotro content that I did and the subscribers that I have. It's just the way it is. So, Anding does Lotro players, he does Lotro content, he does a lot of vast stuff, so there you go. Alright, so chapter 10, book 10, chapter 7.
Great.
Okay, so we have to go find people. I mean, a lot of these quests are just lost and founds. Like, go find this person, go find that one. Why the hell they can't find themselves, Why do I have to go find them? And then, of course, I get a deed for finding them. Hey, look, you found this person. Go find another 100 people. Alright. So
Yeah, the traveling is, well, you know.
well, that's the only bad thing about mithril pointing everywhere is that you really have no idea where the hell you are. You know, like, I think I know where I am, but I mean, I really don't. So, and they're not pointing me anywhere, and the map is certainly not giving me anything, so. Well, it says I need to find Gerdane, Kirgrim, and Men of Rantost. And this guy right here, Lurden, is not it. Okay, so I need to leave here. But thanks for playing.
Well, yeah, I'm done with the crafting for today. I've had like over 120 or to make.
Nice, Samuel. Be good, man. And most probably when it gets to be about another 8-10 minutes from now, I'm most probably going to call this stream. Why? Because I am freaking dog butt tired here. I've had my I've had a full day of taking care of the boys, and I did my MMO / judo / jiu-jitsu training, and I'm pretty tired. And I've had cocktails, if you can't tell. Alright, so we'll go through this door. Don't know why, but we'll just try to go down this way. Okay, so this is to the door. Okay. Go through here. Yeah, that's where I thought it was. Okay, so great. Where do you want me to go? Really? Oh my god. I have to go down. I have to go there. All the way up there. It's a pleasure to watch the stream as always, Kaz. Keep it up, Kaz. Someone playing on a brand new wine and want to add me. My character name is Rizwigan. And Lemesis. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, bud. Be good, Alex. Really, honestly, be well, bro. Everyone have a good night if you cannot stay with the stream any longer. And honestly, the question is that do I want to go there or there? I'm just gonna swim. That's all I got. Here's the question. I do swim a little bit faster with the little rodent rush. That's good. That's a good question. Does one make it faster by swimming across the lake, or do you make it faster by going around the lake?
Well,
this is very important.
Sure. If you keep jumping in water, you go faster.
Oh, well, that's 3 different scenarios. So not only would I have to have... Okay, that's 4 different scenarios. Excuse me. 1, I would have to have a person on a horse that was running around the lake. 2, I'd have to have a person that was on foot running around the lake. I'd have to have a person that was swimming just across the lake. And then I'd have to have a person that was just going across the lake but was jumping.
Jumping all the time, yeah. It's faster.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, we've got a lot of... things to test out this scenario. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a number lock, have him auto swim, and I'm going to tab out.
You used to have people in the moors, running like a 24-man raid, going in the river, all of them jumping. Run, jump.
Feel free not to answer this. But I'm going to imagine that's a but. Why did you take a break from YouTube? Yeah, that's right. You just said but. That's a great and it's totally cool that you don't know the reason. What happened was, bro, is that my youngest son Okay, for the longest time I was working as an IT tech. I was actually a point of sale tech for food stores. I worked on everything from scanner scales all the way up to IBM servers. Okay, I've done that. I was in the Navy. I was on submarines. I was in ET. I mean, I've had extensive knowledge in fixing mechanical, electromechanical, and even computers. That's just what I do. When my second son was born, he has autism, and he needed a great deal of help, and someone needed to stay home. So that was me. So for the last 6 years, I have been unfortunately out of work, taking care of my son. We moved down here 2 years ago, down to Florida, as a chance to try to get something better for him. Better services, better insurance, better everything. When we got down here, everything basically blew up in our face. Completely, just blew up in our face. Everything that we expected to happen did not happen. Everything we expected that would not happen did happen. It was completely flip-flop. And when it came down to that, I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with handling that. My son, who was supposed to be in school and getting services, no longer was giving services. He was at home with me. And we were in a situation where we were almost broke, almost financially completely unstable, on the verge of bankruptcy, and trying to just survive. And it took us about 1.5 years to do that. And when that happened, when I finally got out of all that, that's when I came back to YouTube. When all that was said and done, and I finally felt stable again. My my family was stable. I was stable. I was finally in the good place where I needed to be. That's what happened. So that's the reason why I left YouTube. Is because I can no longer be consistent enough for my fans, for my friends, and for me personally playing a game. I could no longer be stable enough. I had to take too much personal time to deal with all that, my family and everything else. And I hope that no one ever has to go through that. Honestly, that's it. But now you know. That's it. No problem, man. I have no problem with sharing that because, honestly, the thing is that life is usually really, really good. But, the thing is that life will usually teach you quite a bit of things, and life will test you in so many different ways. And when life hits you in the face, you just have to just deal with what you can possibly deal with and just take everything you have to deal with head on and leave everything else behind. So many of my personal relationships took a back seat when that happened, because when it comes down to it, my wife and my family and my boys are the most important thing to me in my life. I do YouTube and I play with my friends as a secondary. Now, that's anybody that doesn't have a family and no one doesn't have a life, that may be really kind of harsh. But if you ever get in a situation where you're in my situation, that will completely make sense. That really will. And you just have to understand that it was a very difficult situation. It was very hard. There were many tears, and it just killed me that I was so consistent for so long and then no longer could be consistent, that it was just devastating. It really was. And I did not want to come back until I could be consistent again. I didn't want to come back and be like, oh, guys, I'm going to be making all these videos and then all of a sudden be gone for another 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and then being like, oh, well, I haven't made videos because blah, 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 and then be gone another 4 weeks, right? I didn't want to do that. Because that's just yanking everybody around. So that's why I took it. And the reason why I didn't comment on, I would read all the comments that everybody ever posted. I would be doing it. But I had nothing to say. I had nothing, Kaz, we want you to come back, or Kaz, we miss you, and Kaz, blah, blah, blah. I had nothing to say other than, I'm sorry, I miss you guys, and I wish I could be back. But that's not what people wanted to hear. People wanted to hear when you are going to be back, when you do the content, when, you know what I mean? It was a difficult time, and that time is over. Everything's great, and it's not going to ever happen again, and that's it. That's it. And I'm still running into a wall. I'm sure I lost a lot of subscribers, people watching, because I was running into a wall for the longest time. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're going. I don't need to turn off names. No, I don't. Where am I? Okay. Oh, that's right. This is where I basically come up and I have to go through all these freaking little stupid doors and. What's up, brother? Why do you not have a? Oh, there you are. Okay. I hate to kill you. Oh, there you go. A new deed. I killed one dude. I got a new deed. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic. Okay, so I have to find all these people in here. I don't even know why I'm killing these people. They're not even aggroing me. I just need to go down here, find this jackhole, and then freaking pour it out. If it will, it won't let me because I don't have a single port. I have to at least. Wow, the bees just totally killed him. Alright, that's not what I needed to do. Tomb Raider Sash. Where is this dude? Robber. Do I have to kill everybody? Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna kill everyone. That's what bears do when they're confused. They just kill things. They kill and they eat. You know, I smelled some pot roast in a bag somewhere. I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna kill everybody until I get to the pot roast. I know someone in here is what I need.
Well,
No, I have. What's up?
Well, bells is easy these days. We're just through bashing everyone.
Well, for this particular moment, I'm gonna just completely turn into bear form here and just annihilate people. It's overkill, sure, why not? Because, you know, they're just peons, they're level 37, I'm 62, but, you know, whatever, I'm a bully, I guess. Okay, so I've killed everyone. Whoa, these people respawned again? That's a really fast respawn time. I didn't miss them, did I? I'll know here pretty soon if they respawn. Yeah, they're respawning. That's a fast respawn time, dude. Well, you know what? I'm just going to try to play this later on, figure out what the hell I need to do. Oh, wait. No, that's the Tomb Raider. I so do not remember what the hell I need to do for this. It was so simple before. Find image. Okay. I have to find them, but so confused. I don't remember this being that confusing when I ran through it, you know, 3 years ago. Okay, so this one is, what is it again? It is, come on, highlight, damn you. killing me, Smalls. It's not telling me. It's not telling me which one it is. Oh well. I'll handle it. We'll figure it out, whatever it is. Off game or whatever. Cannot remember what the hell I need to do though. Unless someone has commented. Anybody commented? Love the Sandlot. Love the Sandlot reference? Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, it is definitely getting late now. It's 1 o'clock. I'm really tired. I gotta be up in about another 6 hours to feed my boys and take them to school and so on and so forth. So, I am definitely going to call it. I really do appreciate everyone that got on this stream. This is kind of be what I'm going to be doing for now on with my Beorning. For two reasons. One, it's the most effective way to leveling, because I want to power level him and get him up with Ham and then eventually Storm with theirs. And then two, I like streaming now. I'm really enjoying streaming. And, you know, recording and then burning a freaking video and then doing all that stuff is a lot of extra work. I mean, the quality on the stream is really good, and I like interacting with all the people, and it's just the way it is. So, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. I wonder when I'm going to get new armor. I mean, I'm 62. Well, I mean, this armor's going to carry itself for a long damn time. I'm level 60. Well, whatever. So I hope everyone had a really good time during the stream. If you have any questions, if you have, basically any questions, just put them in the stream. I will answer them as soon as possible. If you have any ideas for future videos or things you would like me to cover, then please do that. If you're watching the stream and you didn't get a chance to check out Gerald CU717 or Caddy Miss Gaming, I would really highly recommend to do that. And considering if you are a true Lotro fan, you really just enjoy content that's really well covered, those guys really deserve a lot of love. And of course, I appreciate Andang for coming in and showing his love, and I hope to one day be doing something with him again one day. And Little Pine Leaf. So that's really about it. So guys, really, thanks for watching. Everyone have a fantastic day, and peace out.